So what are we?
Yo, I'm just chilling right now.
I'm not looking for anything
Excuse
right now.
me, can I talk to you?
I saw your little girlfriend the other
What
day.
you mean?
You know you're my man,
So
right?
when you gonna make me your girl?
You probably say the same thing to all the little girls on your line.
Welcome to episode 5 of What You Want to Call It podcast. I want to thank my guests for being here. So I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the world know who you are.
What's up, everybody? I'm Bruce.
Hey, man, I'm Black Roe.
All right. And where are you gentlemen from?
Born and raised in Sweet Home, Alabama. Currently living in Atlanta, though.
I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland. My family's from Cameroon, so I'm African.
So, what is your relationship status?
I am 100% single.
1,000% single.
Okay, so we have young bachelors. That's good. That's what we like. So,
Looking for a wife, definitely.
Yes. So I want to start off with saying or asking, what are do's and don'ts on a first date?
The first thing, do not ask me, what are we? What are we going to be? What are we going to do? Just let it be organic. The first date should just be natural, flowing. What happens, happens. No expectations, you know.
Yeah.
We just feeling each other out. So that's what the first date is about.
Dudes are, for men, I should say, like, just have everything planned out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's our job to, you know, cater to y'all, you know what I'm saying? We got to come with the plan.
An agenda,
Right?
yeah.
Facts.
Do y'all send out where you at text?
No.
Yes, I definitely do.
Where you at? What you doing?
Where you at? Like,
No.
I need to know what you're doing. I mean, I'm going to ask, where you at? Pull up. You busy? Nah, come on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something.
I'm more of a planner. So I'm going to ask you ahead of like a week or two before we even go out. So I'm be like, what's your schedule for a week in advance? Because I have my schedule's pretty jam-packed. So I need to know ahead of time.
So I'm not going to do
time. So I'm not going to be like a day of type of, you know, what you doing? Let's go out.
What's the pettiest reason that you did not date somebody?
I didn't like how her voice sounded.
I don't even know how to answer that. I don't know.
Yeah, her voice annoyed me. So
that was a turn off. Like when she heard her voice, she was like, "Oh, I'm good, love."
I just couldn't stand hearing her talk. Honestly, that sounds bad, but
I mean that's why it's the pettiest.
Yeah, that's petty.
That's
I don't know. The pettiest reason. I don't know. It's your vibe. It's always like your vibe. If your vibe throws me off, I'm done with you. Like
that's
completely.
100% real.
Yeah.
Like I will never. I might not even speak to you if I see you again. Honestly, like
so is it like something they say or something they do or like the just chemistry?
It can be all of the
there?
above. Like anything can turn me off. Like anything, the slightest thing.
That's 100. Vibe is definitely 100%. It doesn't matter what you look like, what you do for a living.
Exactly.
If that vibe is off,
if the vibe is off, I can't do it. Like I'm all about the energy.
You can't force a vibe. Either it's there or it's not.
Exactly.
So
okay. So what are the top qualities you look for in a significant other?
Your family, like you gotta be real family oriented because that's what I'm built off. Like,
absolutely,
family is everything to me. If you ain't good with your mom and dad, you better get good with your mom and dad. Like you feel what I'm saying? Because you only get one of them. Like family, it's undefeated for me. And relationship with God, of course, and just like you gotta love kids because I love kids. Yeah.
I have a question to follow to piggyback off what you said, but I'm gonna let you go ahead with your top qualities.
My main thing really is ambition. I feel like we're all at like this pivotal point in our life. We might not all have it like figured out right now, but you have to have like something you're reaching for, something you're aspiring to do, something you got a goal for. So if you don't have any ambition, I really don't have no purpose for you.
So say you're dating a young woman. This is for you, Black Roe. So you're dating somebody and I wouldn't say you made an exception, but this person is not good with their family, or like say you're in a marriage, or like you have a significant other. Yeah. Do you feel like it's your obligation to push them to get right with their family?
It's not my obligation. Like first of all, we're gonna have to understand. I'm gonna have to understand what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? Analyze and see if there's space to heal. Why not? You know, at least make the attempt. Like she can probably just like her mom could have done some Bama shit, and like she just like I'm not dealing with her no more. But like if you can like accept it, like you only get one mom, bro. Like you like come on, bro. You only get one mom.
And if your mom wasn't there, you wouldn't be here.
So you know what I'm saying? Like if you have room to fill that void, why not do it? Like you only live once, bro.
So my next question is, how do you get out of the friend zone?
I don't know if there's a way out of the friend zone.
You gotta kind of fill that out. it's not.
It's gonna take time.
Yeah,
That's
you gotta fill it out. I mean, are you saying like somebody just put you there, or are
Or
y'all,
like it's somebody
did y'all meet and y'all are just
for like
friends?
10 plus years. You've
Yeah.
always been friends and you've always wanted to like make that step.
Okay, so that's
But
I like
like you
that.
feel like, you know what I'm saying? I trust
I
me.
like that
know.
one.
Trust me.
so if that in that situation, if you know somebody already, and y'all already friends, you really got to be like take careful consideration because you don't want to mess with the friendship.
can't do that.
So you got to make sure you know. All right, I'm willing to take this risk to maybe pursue something else. So I guess you just really got to go off the vibe. So I mean, I feel like if you know somebody for that long,
I mean, if you know,
you know
you
a
can
lot
talk
about
to
them
them. You
already.
can talk to them.
Yeah,
Like it
so-
shouldn't be no issue. Like
Yes.
this is how I'm feeling. I don't know if you feel this way. Like if not, let me know. Like let's talk about it because this is blowing my head. Like I need to know
It's
now.
communication.
like-
and most of it is every relationship
it's
is
communication
communication.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
But,
worst
like-
come to worst in that situation, they just be like, no, let's just stay friends.
It's cool.
That's cool.
You gotta live with that.
And I've seen
harm.
both ways. I've seen it where people have been friends for a number of years. They've seen their friend in and out of relationships. They've seen their friends on a dating scene and they've just kept it as friends.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while of being friends, I've seen people kind of push the envelope and try to take it to the next level. And it's gone left and it's gone right. But the overall thing is that you're taking a risk. Because if it doesn't go as planned or how you wanted it to, you lost a friend.
Yeah, things are never gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Right. No, absolutely.
But it doesn't have to be that way. But I mean, granted, every situation is different.
Yeah.
You have to choose to be an adult in every situation. So you can either choose like, we can try to go back to being friends, but I don't know if you can quite just go back to being regular friends after taking
after
a
that,
I feel
dance.
like once you've been friends for like a long extended period of time, like he said, 10 plus years, once you cross that line, probably be real awkward.
It's
It will be
difficult.
awkward.
Because if you have a 10-year friendship, at this point, y'all know each other's family.
Right. Like y'all know each other's family, y'all know each
Yeah.
other's dating relationship, y'all know each other's in and out. Y'all know each other like y'all really know each other. Exactly.
You know what you've both been through.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. So
So, yeah.
it's a fine line.
A lot of people say that black women are intimidating. What are your thoughts about that?
I love black women.
Yeah, I love black women too. I feel like black women are intimidating if you don't have your stuff together. Like, if you, especially like in the DC, Atlanta, Houston, Charlotte area where there's like a large population of black women. I mean, they're on their grind.
Successful black women.
Successful
Yeah.
black
Shouldn't
women.
be.
Yeah, they're on their grind. They're
shouldn't
working
feel
hard.
like
They got good jobs. They've been in school. So I mean, they're not going to just settle for somebody that's half-assing. So if you're going to approach them, you got to approach them. You got to, come. You got to at least be on their level. So I mean, I respect that. Same thing for guys. You should want somebody equally on your level. So
Yeah.
I feel like the intimidation factor only comes in if you're not confident in what you bring to the table. So if you're confident in what you bring to the table,
Facts.
no worries.
I second that. All of it.
Do you believe that everyone has a type?
Yeah.
I think so.
I could agree to that. Yeah.
Whether it's conscious or self-conscious.
Yeah, and I was
You
going
know
to say
what you
that.
want.
Yeah, you like what you like. So
Some people, you would tell them, oh yeah, you got a type. And they're like, no, I don't got no type. And get mad when it's in reality, like everybody sees
yeah,
you have a type.
It might not even be physical. It could be something like personality-wise or anything. But everybody gravitates towards something that they like, I think. So
Yeah.
I
Black
have a
bro,
type.
what's your type?
Me, I just like an outgoing woman, like a woman that's, like I said, family oriented, tied into like her energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like nobody that like talks bad about themselves. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? That it feeds off. Like if you call yourself stupid every day, you're dumb. You're gonna be dumb
That's
eventually.
true.
You know what I'm saying? You that's one thing you should never do. You always gotta have self-love for yourself. Like if nobody else gonna say nothing nice about you, say something nice to yourself in the mirror every day, bro. You will feel better.
I like that.
Like trust me, you will.
I like that. You don't find a certain physical attribute about women that's a trend with you?
Not really. I've only had like 2 girlfriends in my life, so
You don't be looking at the big booty joints?
I mean, of course, all that shit's attractive. But yeah, at the end of the day, she can have a big booty, but if I don't like her personality, it's a dud for me. Like you're wasting your ass.
You just dropped bars, boy. I like that.
Your ass is fat, but
I
what
like
is up
that.
here? Let me know something. Teach me something. If you can teach me something, I'll love you forever. You
I
feel
like
me?
that. I like that because people often make the mistake so physical is kind of like the bait that lures you into a person. Like
100%.
it all starts with physical.
Yeah.
So you go from physical, you're attracted to them, then you talk to them and you figure out what they're about.
Right.
Because at this point, what's outside looks good. Let's figure out what's on the inside. But one thing that I would like for people to understand is that everybody that looks good, just because they look good, doesn't mean they're for you.
Everything that glitters ain't
gold. Yeah, and people try to hold stuff together because of the physical. Okay, the sex is great. Okay, she's bad. Okay. Is bad going to raise your kids?
Nah,
Exactly.
Is bad going to keep the roof over your head? Is bad going to like, you have, there's so many other things and dynamics to dating where just because they're physically attractive, that shouldn't be the only thing that's holding you guys together.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like that's something you learn with experience though. Because I mean, I know I don't know about you, but when I was younger, all I was looking at pretty face, nice body, whatever. Now that I'm getting older, it's like, what's your credit score? How much debt are you carrying?
Exactly.
Like, what's your ambition? What's your goals? So, I mean, as you get older, I feel like those things change. So,
people always say dating is hard, and I can agree with that.
yes.
So, what do you think is like the hardest part of dating?
It's just a process. Like, you go on a date, you think it went good, and then the second date, it's just like, okay, why did I even go on the first date?
Yeah.
So, it's just trying to figure out like what you can tolerate, what you absolutely can't, what you can deal with. So
it's mostly just trying to figure each other out. Like it's like dating is like bringing two people from two different worlds. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Together
To
and trying to
learn.
mend it and like create something beautiful out of it. It's hard. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Like,
I would say the hardest part of dating is like boundaries and learning like respect. Because people are coming with their own experiences and like every relationship is different. And people have like boundaries on their relationships, like what's okay and what's not. And when you're dating, you're learning that person. So you don't know like what you can get away with and what you can't, if that makes sense. Like me personally, I know a lot of people. And like I've been told like, you know a lot of people, like, you know a lot of men. And to me, I was like, okay. Like, but that can bother somebody who has been with somebody who was cheated on or like had a girl who knew a lot of men and was sleeping around. Like everybody experiences are different. And that's what dating is like. You're learning somebody. So you have to know like what their triggers are. You have to understand like, what they've been through. You don't have to understand what they've been through, but you kind of got to understand that, everybody's been through something. But there's a level of respect when you're dating. Dating, I've said before in the past, is not exclusive until you declare that we are only seeing each other.
yes, that's a big thing. Yo.
But there's still a level of respect. And I was talking to a lady in an Uber. She was my Uber driver, and she was talking about how dating in DC is very difficult. And she said a lot of men kind of don't want to settle down because they're successful and they're just chasing money and there's just so many options and they don't want to settle down yet. And she said like when they do want to settle down, it's not because they want to settle down, it's because all their friends are getting married or all their friends are in relationships. So it's like I can't even hang with my boys no more. So at this point I need a girl, So do you feel like when you're married or in a relationship, it's okay to continue to hang with the single boys?
I ain't gonna lie, none of my friends kick it with me anymore. I literally, like, it's like an act of God to get the homies to hang out. They in relationships or married or something serious. So it's definitely more difficult.
But do you feel like there's a logic behind that? Like, do you feel like you understand that?
I mean, I get it. You got another person you're considering, especially if you're serious. So you gotta, I'd be like, yo, let's go here this weekend. You gotta consider what she's doing. You don't want her to feel like you just leaving her out. But at the same time, I feel like you got to be able to, still do your own thing.
Yeah,
y'all are still separate people.
I feel like it's cool. Like if I'm married, I can still hang out with my single friends. Like me, I'm all about loyalty. So you ain't gonna catch me touching none of that.
That's good.
I'm married, man. I'm going home.
That's good.
I'm gonna leave the club an hour before they do. Trust. Trust. I gotta get home to the missus, babes. I'm out.
That's good because everybody's different, and it requires a certain type of discipline. It requires a certain type of like, you know who you are. Man. You know what you got at home. I
know she'll whoop my ass if I try to go, bro.
Right. No. But everybody's not disciplined like that. And when you go out and there's alcohol involved, Yeah,
I don't want to hear none of that. Don't you dare blame that shit on the liquor, boy.
I feel like
that shit was gonna do to you before you said that shit.
I feel like if you do something,
I hate that. I hate when people use alcohol as an excuse.
Yeah.
To like, why? Oh, I was drunk. What does that mean, bro? You knew what you were drinking the alcohol. You know what you got at home. I don't want to hear that, bro.
Yeah,
I want to hear that.
So you feel like you hold your boys accountable?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You not the wingman? Oh yeah, because sometimes
I'm
a
my own
boy's
wingman.
a boy's loyalty is to his man.
If my dude is married and he talking about some, yeah, bro, let's go out. I got these girls. I said, well, you got what? I'm not with that.
Right.
Like what? I respect her just as much as I respect you. That's your woman, bro.
Especially if they're doing good. You don't want to see him mess up over like one night or something. That's
especially if I like her. Nah, bro. You're not doing. I'm not letting that happen.
You don't.
I like this. I like y'all together. So you're not messing that up, bro.
This wraps up episode 5 of What You Want to Call a Podcast. I think you gentlemen did well. Do you have any questions for me? Any other questions that I can answer for you?
Yeah, what made you start doing this?
So I started doing this because I met the great Emeka, who is the podcast guru. He had his own podcast, and I featured on his podcast. Mm-hmm. And how I met him was because Teresa, my friend, had told him how like I was a relationship guru, which is so funny because like I just know a lot of people, and I just be like, hey, you met my friend, and people be hitting it off.
Matchmaker.
Or people be like, who's the
Find
shorty in your
now.
story? Hey. Didn't I tell you I got you?
My sock.
So me and Emeka were talking, and I thought this would be a perfect platform for people to kind of like, talk about their dating experiences and, similarities, commonalities, just air it out, say, what women want, what men want, what you think women want versus what women actually want. Like I wanted to provide that platform for people to talk about. And I have bigger visions in mind with the podcast. So this is just a start to something that I hope to grow bigger. Yeah, of course. If it makes sense.
So what do you think men want? And I answer, and we can answer.
And you tell me what women want to.
I just want to know what you think men want as a woman.
Don't get mad, okay?
Go ahead. Because it's not sex, if that's what you're about to say first. Not all the time.
Yeah.
See?
I think that men want loyalty.
That's true.
I think that men want respect.
That's true.
I think that men want to be men. And when I say that, I think that, and I hate to use the word submissive, but like, because it's such a word that makes people cringe. Yeah. But I mean it with no mal or no like, because I am a outspoken person. And while I'm an outspoken person, I know that I'm opinionated, and I know that, I can be a little strong, if that makes sense, like an alpha woman. So, as a woman dating a man, you have to understand, like, sometimes, like, you can't try to wear the pants all the time, if that makes sense. Like, you can't try to challenge your man. If anything, it's a partnership. So when I say let a man be a man, you have to understand, like, he's a man and he wants to be a man, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of like, and you want food and sex. Like,
we just don't want to be stressed, want to be happy, want to have fun, somebody to kick it with.
Somebody's funny.
Somebody that won't make us go broke. So,
that's on us.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to add?
Me, I just want a woman that just loves herself. Cause
that's true. Confidence is big.
My love is infinity. I'm gonna give you everything I got. That's all I do with everything I do. Period. So
passionate.
You know what I'm saying? If you love yourself, then I'm gonna just feed off that. You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying? Yeah.
I think people have to come to an understanding, and I've come to the understanding that, like, what's for me is for me. I don't need to be behind you telling you how to act with me being there and not being there.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's right.
Like, if I have to tell you, or if I feel like I have to keep explaining something to you, or you just don't get it, you're not for me.
True.
Point blank, period. Like, there's nothing more, nothing less. I don't think, like, you should follow somebody, go through their phone, tell them, okay, you're not supposed to be grinding with shorties in the club. You're not supposed, because if that person's for you, they would have the understanding, like, yo, you know what? I know what I got at home, and I'm not going to do that.
That's real.
Simple. What women want? Women want security. I'm not people. Women want consistency.
We
want consistency. I don't know how many times this can be said on social media, in person. Like, women want a man who is consistent. You cannot be all up on me one day and cold the next day. That whole hot and cold, up and down, highs and lows, not here for.
So I got a question. Why do y'all keep sticking around for a guy that's not consistent? So, like, clearly he's not interested in you.
I can't relate again. I know how to check up the deuces when it's time.
No,
so
I mean, some people do, but a lot of women, they stick around and they're just like, I don't understand what's wrong. If somebody doesn't show you interest, walk away.
So there's a lot of things that could be the reason why. People fantasize on little things. So they'll take one thing and run like miles with it. Like, oh my gosh, he loves kids. He'll be a great dad. Okay. Do y'all have kids? No, but I just know, like, you know, he's going to be a great dad. Okay. Or it could be like, the sex is really good, so whenever I can have it, I'm going to just stick around so I can get it. Or it's like, it's, and that's a very subjective, like, question where it's like, there's something that keeps bringing you back. Like, if he's not consistent, there's something that's just a glimmer of hope that you feel like you can or want to hold on to.
I just never understood it because, like, I have homegirls and it's just like, y'all have the control. Women could run dating if you wanted to. Y'all have the thing that men want to possess, but you don't because for whatever reason. So it's always interesting to see.
Y'all got the power, bro.
Yeah, I got all the power.
All of it.
If you control it.
Literally.
If y'all took control of the power y'all had, it'd be a whole different game, but most of y'all don't.
That's a wrap.
Damn, I'm alive.
I'm gonna answer all these questions.